ISE, Intercultural Student Experiences, is an organization that provides students with an intercultural experience. It's for high school students. It's exactly what its name says. During their entire trip, they are learning about nature, they're learning about culture, they're learning about the everyday life of Costa Ricans.
Before the trip even begins, materials arrive right in my P.O. box or right at my house, ready to go. A phone call, and in a day or less, within a day, I have additional materials if I need them.
Preparé como estudié en mis clases y hablé con mis amigos en español y con mi maestra.
I prepared myself by reading the materials that our teacher provided to us, which was a series of lessons, about 5, and then taking little tests on each of those selections.
Tomé pruebas de la cultura y de la comida y de el dinero que va a ser importante en Costa Rica.
ISE also is a nonprofit organization, and that means that they put their resources back to the students. ISE does not provide students with a vacation. ISE provides students with an education.
I have just one goal for my students coming into a foreign country, and that is communication.
I chose ISE over other programs that are available because it provides a language and cultural immersion experience for students. This is a rather unique aspect of ISE.
Un limón dulce es una fruta que es de esta parte del mundo. Es un limón, just like a lemon, but it's sweet.
I've observed my students go from terror to general fear to a little bit of nerves to a fairly comfortable level. This whole spectrum as they've been in the country and are warming up to it. That first day is so scary and they just really don't think they can do it. And by day 2 and by day 3, they're feeling like, I can communicate, I can do this. And that's really exciting to see that development.
Me sorprende que las personas son muy sociables y simpáticas. Me ayudaban con mi español. Ahora hablo español mejor que antes.
Para hablar en español es un poquito difícil a veces cuando no sé una palabra o no sé qué es la correcta frase para usar, pero es divertido como tratar de hablar fuerte y con confianza y todo. Me gustaría el arroz con pollo y una bebida de mango.
It's a little bit difficult to always be thinking about what you're trying to say in Spanish, but at the same time, I think they understand the importance of it and the fact that in order to truly communicate, it will be a little bit difficult, but at the same time, they'll be very proud of what they can do at the end.
Antes de este viaje, tomé clases de español, pero nunca dije que hablé español. Pero ahora, cuando alguien me pregunta, ¿hablas español?, puedo decir sí, y es un buen sentimiento.
The Famous Day is an extension of the program that really provide with an opportunity that will be a very valuable one, because being in the real culture with the family members, they'll learn things that they will never ever learn in the classroom through books, even movies.
I don't think there's anything that I'm not curious about the family stay. I mean, everything about their life is interesting to me. Just those normal everyday things, like how you prepare your food, or where you get your clothes, or how you talk to each other in a family, or what's important to you in your life, or what's not important to you. Those are the things that are just interesting to me.
I do think at first, of course, they're nervous because spending time with anyone that you don't know at times can be a little bit nerve-wracking, but they do understand the importance of, really the whole point of traveling is for them to go to another country and become a part of their culture. That really is the whole point of traveling, to experience what is life like in this other country. And really the only way that you can do that is to live with a family, because that is the typical lifestyle. What they eat, what activities they do, how they spend their time with their families. That you don't get a taste of that unless you're with them for a long period of time. And at the same time, as you travel around, I think a lot of times you see museums, you see different things, but you don't experience the real Costa Rica, which is what we want for them.
El compartir muchas culturas y, ¿verdad?, otras culturas y conocerlos y que se den cuenta de cómo es uno y saber cómo son ellos. Es una bonita experiencia, muy linda para uno.
As much as we really ask them to speak Spanish daily, on the bus, unless they're with native speakers, they're not forced to use the language. And it is tough and it is scary for those students. But you know what? They love it. When it's all said and done, they have new connections, global connections, and they're part of something. They're part of a family.
Es mi hermana, tiene 19 años, se llama Samantha, y mis sobrinos. Mis amigos, estas fotos de el baile de prom.
I really like the family stay because when you study a language in the United States or in any other country, you're still an outsider looking in on a culture, in on a language. But when you're with a family and you're living their life with them, that's when you actually get to use what you've learned. And that's what I really like, is just to really be able to use it in a really real way right now.
The guides have been spectacular on the trips that I have taken. And so everything is just real well thought out and well planned, that there's very little work. And it's important to me, as somebody who hasn't traveled extensively to the areas that I'm bringing students, that there is somebody who knows exactly what's going on so that I can concentrate on my students.
Hay insectos interesantes, hay ranas, hay serpientes, lagartijas. Miremos al bosque. Hay muchas cosas que se esconden en el bosque. Todo este material viene del volcán.
En los Estados Unidos pensamos que somos un país muy avanzada, muy desarrollada, pero cuando hablamos de las cosas de la conservación y de la ecología, tenemos mucho que aprender de Costa Rica. Su gobierno y el público hacen tanto para conservar todo que podemos disfrutarlo.
El bosque nuboso tiene dos, el suelo y el canopy. Hay muy pocas cosas en medio. El canopy del bosque tiene tantas plantas que muy poca luz logra entrar al suelo. Entonces muy pocas cosas crecen debajo del canopy del bosque.
According to our tour guide today, which I found very interesting, 27% of the country is in reserves or national parks or is somehow protected, where when you think about the United States, and there are national parks, but a lot of the land is just not cared for in the same way. And the Costa Ricans have pride in really showing off their beautiful country and wanting to also lead the pack, lead the other countries to see what other countries need to do at the same time to try and protect our resources and to protect our environment. Because who knows in 100 years what we're going to see. It can at times be a very scary thing to think about.
Y hay muchas partes del país que están siendo reforestadas. Están sembrando árboles otra vez para que eventualmente, después de muchos años, un bosque vuelva a crecer.
I would tell a teacher looking for a travel program to look no further than ISE. Everything is well planned out. You receive all the materials that you need. You can travel with your students without having to be familiar with the area yourself. Things are planned for you and the guides are fantastic. Also, this company focuses on language. And that's why we have these students in our class, and that's why we're taking them to these foreign countries.
Sí, recomiendo este programa ISE porque hacemos tantas actividades cada día y todo es completamente en español.
When they go to Costa Rica, they come back much more motivated to learn. They are much more interested. They want to be able to communicate better because they understand the importance of being able to do that.
I would certainly recommend this program to all of my friends, especially those who are already in Spanish, but then I would encourage even those who are not taking language at the moment, I would encourage them to join the language just so they could be part of an opportunity like this.
I think a program that places demands on students and requires them to push themselves to points that they may not have been pushed before is an extension of my classroom. I like to think that I have an advanced classroom, even at the beginning levels, that encourage kids to take risks and to do, and to try new things. And this program is an extension of what I want to accomplish in my classroom.
If you're looking for something serious, something that's going to last in their life, as an experience, that ISE is the company